betta fish are one of the most popular aquarium fish around. If you ask most people what their first pet fish was, they will usually answer goldfish or betta fish. Betta fish are fascinating creatures with unique behaviors and characteristics. In this video, we will explore 10 interesting betta fish behaviors. Don't forget to tap the like button and subscribe. Okay, let's get to it. Number 1. Flaring their fins. Flaring is a common behavior among bettas, especially males, and it serves as a way to intimidate rivals or potential threats. When a betta flares, it puffs out its gills and fins, making itself appear larger and more imposing. This behavior is often triggered by the presence of another betta, or even by seeing its own reflection in a mirror. Flaring can be a sign of aggression, but it can also be a way for bettas to communicate with one another. In some cases, bettas may flare in response to environmental changes, such as a change in lighting or water temperature. Overall, flaring is a fascinating and essential aspect of betta behavior. Number 2. Swimming near the surface. Of all the fish commonly kept as pets, bettas are perhaps the most well-known for their tendency to swim near the surface of the water. This behavior is due to the fact that bettas are labyrinth fish, meaning they possess a specialized organ called the labyrinth organ, which allows them to breathe air from the surface of the water. By swimming near the surface, bettas can easily gulp air into this organ, which serves as a supplementary source of oxygen. This is particularly important in bettas' native habitats, which often consist of stagnant or oxygen-poor water. In the home aquarium, bettas may still exhibit this behavior, even if the water is well oxygenated, simply because it is a natural part of their behavior. Number 3. Building bubble nests. Betta males are known for their impressive bubble nest building skills. During the breeding season, males create floating nests by blowing bubbles and using a special mucus to hold them together. The purpose of the bubble nest is to provide a safe spot for the female to lay her eggs, which the male will then guard and care for until they hatch. Bubble nests can vary in size and shape, but they typically consist of a layer of bubbles on the water's surface that is about the size of a quarter. Once the eggs have hatched, the male will continue to care for the fry until they are large enough to fend for themselves. Overall, bubble nest building is an important part of the breeding process for bettas. Number 4. Tail wagging. Tail wagging is a unique behavior that is often seen in bettas, particularly when they are interacting with other fish or exploring their environment. The wagging motion is created by the betta rapidly oscillating its tail back and forth. While the exact purpose of this behavior is not fully understood, it is believed to be a form of communication, possibly used to signal aggression, excitement, or curiosity. Male bettas may also use tail wagging as part of their courtship display when trying to attract a female. Overall, tail wagging is a fascinating behavior that can provide insight into the social interactions of bettas. Number 5. Hiding. Hiding is a common behavior in bettas, and it can be a sign of stress, illness, or simply a desire for privacy. Bettas are territorial fish, and they may retreat to hiding spots in their aquarium if they feel threatened, or if there are other fish in the tank that they do not get along with. Providing plenty of hiding spots in the tank, such as plants, caves, and decorations, can help to reduce stress and make the betta feel more comfortable. However, if a betta is constantly hiding and not coming out to eat or swim, it may be a sign that something is wrong and may require further investigation. Number 6. Begging for food. Betta fish are known for their voracious appetites and may beg for food from their owners. This behavior can take the form of swimming to the top of the tank and flapping their fins, or simply hovering near the front of the tank. Bettas have small stomachs and should be fed small amounts of food multiple times a day. Overfeeding can lead to health problems, so it is important to follow a feeding schedule and not give in to the betta's begging behavior. Providing a varied diet of high-quality pellets and frozen or live food can help ensure that the betta is receiving all the necessary nutrients. Number 7. Glass surfing. Betta fish are naturally curious and intelligent creatures, and they may investigate anything new or interesting in their environment. One common behavior is glass surfing, where a betta will swim along the sides of the tank or repeatedly jump out of the water. This behavior may be a sign of boredom, stress, or a desire for more space. Providing a larger tank and plenty of enrichment, such as live plants, hiding spots, and toys, can help to reduce glass surfing and keep the betta mentally stimulated. However, if a betta is repeatedly jumping out of the water, it may be necessary to cover the tank to prevent injury. Number 8. Sleeping. Betta fish have a unique sleeping behavior that allows them to rest in different positions, such as lying on their side or resting on the bottom of the tank. They may also float motionlessly near the surface of the water during sleep. Bettas require adequate rest to maintain their health and well-being, so it is important to provide a comfortable sleeping environment with low lighting and minimal disturbance during the night. Number 9. Jumping. Betta fish are excellent jumpers and may leap out of their aquarium if they feel threatened or stressed. This behavior is more commonly seen in males, who are more territorial and aggressive than females. It is important to provide a secure lid or cover for the aquarium to prevent injury or escape, as bettas can easily jump several inches out of the water. Number 10. Flicking or rubbing against objects. If a betta fish is suffering from parasites or other irritants, they may flick or rub their bodies against objects in the tank. This behavior is known as flashing and is often a sign of discomfort or itching. Regular water changes, proper filtration, and monitoring for signs of an illness can help prevent these issues and keep the betta healthy and happy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to tap that like button, and I will see you in the next video.